All right, hello. Welcome to Heal in a Tarot. So today is going to be what Divine Masculine isn't telling you reading, okay? This was a very popular reading back in the past. And what's interesting is I had a couple people ask me about it and why I haven't done this reading in a while. So I'm like, you know what, we'll just bring it back. So we're gonna do what Divine Masculine isn't telling you. This is going to be, however, it's still a general reading, so keep that in mind. So it may or may not resonate, it might not be your story. So just take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Okay, if you guys want to book something personal, as always, my information is down below in the description box. Okay. Alright, so let's see what Spirit has for us today. Okay, so the Divine Masculine that is on your mind, let's find out. Ooh, I'm seeing the 3 cups. Okay, let's see. Alright, Spirit. What is going on with the Divine Masculine? What is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine at this time? What is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine at this time? What is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine at this time? Way too many cards. What is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine? Okay, we have Union. Okay, so right off the bat, this is interesting because the Union card came out in one of the collective readings not too long ago, so you might want to go check that out. But what the Divine Masculine isn't telling you is that he or she is thinking about union, thinking about some sort of a coming together, or just really a uniting here, okay? It's actually really positive energy right off the bat. Let's see. What is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine at this time? So yeah, so a lot of them, they could be thinking about this, but they might not be expressing it, because obviously this is what they're not telling you. So this could be something that's on their mind, but maybe you wouldn't know because they're not expressing it. Okay, so what they're not telling you as well is that they've been doing a lot of releasing, a lot of purging, a lot of letting go of things that aren't serving them. So this could be shedding tears or just releasing things in their own life that are no longer a vibrational match to where they want to be with the purge card here. Okay, there's a huge releasing going on. We also have the Solitude card as well. So what the Divine Masculine isn't telling you is that they've been taking some time to themselves. They've been taking some time to contemplate what it is that they truly want. Because oftentimes in life, we don't know what we truly want until we step back from our life and the hustle and bustle of everything that we're doing to really reflect on how we feel and what we desire and, you know, where our head's at. So I definitely get that they're trying to take some quiet time to really evaluate what they want out of life. Okay, what is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine Spirit? Okay, what they're not telling you is that they are still dealing with their self-worth. They're still trying to build their self-worth. What's interesting is actually this is one of the core universal fears that all humans have. It's just something that's a part of all consciousness, the collective consciousness essentially. So we have 3 core fears: the core fear of abandonment and separation, we have the core fear of self-worth or lack thereof, and then we have the core fear of surrendering and letting go. Okay, so they're dealing with that core fear of self-worth. So some of you guys could also be dealing with that, but this is something that they're not telling you right now. Okay, patience in reverse. So they also are trying to tell you, they want to tell you that they've been trying to be patient, but they're starting to get a bit impatient, especially with the Union card here. I feel like a lot of them are just wanting to come into union. They're wanting to feel that that love, that unconditional love again that is provided through the Divine Feminine. So they are wanting to say that they feel a bit impatient about this, okay? A lot of them are also thinking about building a family, having a family, blending families, okay? Alright, Spirit, what is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine? What is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine? Yeah, they want to give. Okay, they want to have balance. They want to, for some of you guys, maybe the Divine Masculine in the past just received. Maybe they weren't giving too much. I get the sense here that we have giving and receiving. So what they're not telling you is that they want to give as much as they've been receiving. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, if your Divine Masculine has taken a lot from you, they want to give back to you what they have taken from you. Okay. Yeah. because they're starting to feel more love for themselves, right? So we have the Ace of Cups here. So the reason why the Divine Masculine is not able to offer much love to the Divine Feminine is because they don't have the love within themselves yet, right? You can only give what you have. And what happens with the Divine Feminine is she tends to give more than she actually has. So she will give and give and give even if she doesn't have it to give, and the Divine Masculine will not give if he doesn't have anything to give, okay? So that's where the imbalance sort of comes in within this dynamic, right? And that's why the Divine Masculine will sort of end up losing respect for the feminine will start losing respect for herself in the dynamic, and the push-pull energy between twin flames becomes very it becomes very repelling, right? So what I'm seeing here is the Divine Masculine is what they're wanting to tell you is that they're starting to feel this love for themselves, okay? They've been taking time for themselves with the Solitude card. They've been purging deep emotions. They've been working on their self-worth. And the more love that they feel for themselves, the more they want to give to the feminine, the more they want to bring balance, restore balance. Like we have all these hands reaching out in the Six of Pentacles card here, okay? Which represents that they've been thinking about all these things that they want to give. They want to give communication, they want to give love, they want to give tangible things, they want to give all of these different things, and they're realizing that. And the more, it's like the more love that they have for themselves, the more they realize that they do have a lot to share, they do have a lot to give. Okay? Alright, Spirit, so what is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine at this time? What is your DM not telling you? What is the Divine Masculine not telling the Divine Feminine? My fears keep stopping me. I'm misholding you. I have a plan, but you have to trust me. So I feel like this all kind of goes hand in hand. Okay, so your Divine Masculine, what they're not telling you is that they miss holding you. Okay, they miss the physical touch aspect of this connection. And they have a plan, and they're hoping that you will trust them, okay? So this could be their higher self talking, but they have a plan in the works. And I do sense with the impatient, or the Patience card in reverse, they're getting impatient on this plan, but it is something that they want to create, okay? What we have here, my fears keep stopping me, okay? So like I said, remember I was talking about the core fears, and I said there was a core fear of self-worth, right? So, and if you guys are like wondering what I'm talking about, that is from the Divine Matrix book by Greg Braden, The Core Fears. It's a really interesting read, actually. Okay, so let's see. What is this? My fears keep stopping me. Clarify this, Spirit, for the Divine Masculine. Clarify this. Clarify this. My fears keep stopping me. Yeah, the Hanged Man. So their fears keep them stagnant. Their fears keep them in the same position that they've always been in. So they have this desire to have union. They have this desire to even build a family with the feminine, or to blend families, whatever it may be with you guys. Take it how it resonates for you. Some of them can actually picture having a life with you, actually having kids with you, having something like that. But either way, they have this plan. They have a future plan. But it's like in the physical world, they can't seem to make it happen. And the reason why they're struggling to make it happen is because they're still dealing with these core fears, okay? Let's see, my fears keep stopping me. Yeah, so we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I do think this has to do with the core fear of self-worth, because we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, which represents jealousy. So they also have a fear of, to me, like when someone feels jealous, this is coming from not feeling good enough. Yeah, even here, Six of Wands in reverse, lack of confidence. So I just get that that's what their core fear is that they're dealing with. And if this is your true Divine Masculine, then it would represent that you also are dealing with that core fear as well, okay? Because twins will mirror the same core wounds, same core fears. But with the Queen of Wands coming through in reverse, so what they're not telling you is that they have a lot of jealous tendencies. This is someone who, because they haven't dealt with their feelings of self-worth, they tend to get jealous, or they fear like getting close to someone and then having that person abandon them or leave them, or just feeling like they're not enough for that person, essentially. So it brings up a lot of jealousy, okay? And this is a huge fear for them, whether they tell you, well, this is something that they're not telling you. So just keep that in mind, okay? Right, so let's get some more. Yeah, I'm seeing the Six of Wands again, actually. Okay, so let's see. What Divine Masculine is isn't telling the divine feminine at this time? What is the divine masculine not telling the divine feminine at this time? Okay, so they're watching you. Okay, Page of Swords, so they're not telling you that they're keeping a close eye on you. Okay, so if you're not with this person, they know what's going on in your life because they are watching you. Let's see. The Fool. They really do want a fresh start, okay? Yeah, they want to talk, but there's something that's weighing them down. They watch you because they want to just be able to take that leap of faith. So it's like they watch you and they just think, oh, what if I could just reach out? Or what if I could just say this? Or what if I could just make that approach? But then something weighs them down. 10 of Wands. It's like they get this excitement, they get this like, oh, I can do it, and then boom. What is this 10 of Wands? What is this 10 of Wands, Spirit? What is this 10 of Wands? The Empress. Okay, they put you on a pedestal, guys. They're putting you on a pedestal big time. So it's what bogs them down is just your value, your worth. Like with the Empress, for some of you guys, you could trigger them. You know, if they see you in your own, if they see you in your power, it could be something. If they haven't, if they haven't met their true self yet, if they haven't stepped into their divine power, they're not going to feel ready to approach, right? So you are pulling them to step into their divine nature as well. So as you step into your divine feminine energy and you rise up, it calls them to rise up. But if they're not quite there yet, it creates this burden because they have to face their insecurities, their self-worth issues, all of that. So they're really seeing you right now, guys, if you're resonating with this reading, your divine masculine is really seeing you in a very, very positive way. They're seeing you in your power and they're very drawn to it. And I feel like this is motivating them to have a plan to come towards you, but at the same time too, they're still needing to deal with their core fear of self-worth, as well as any of this baggage that they're still carrying that's making them feel like they're not enough. Okay. Let's see here. What is divine masculine not telling divine feminine, Spirit? What is divine masculine? Divine feminine. Okay, we have here and now. So this is a card about being present. For a lot of you guys, I feel like when they're really present with themselves, they can feel you. So they can feel the connection most when they are fully present in the moment. So when they're really embodying something, like for instance, if they really get lost in a task and they're just completely present in what they're doing, this is when they feel your energy the most, which makes sense because these are soul connections. And with the twin flame, what essentially the twin flame connection it's your soul, right? So as you connect to your soul, which is presence, you can actually feel the energy of your counterpart, okay? So some of them as well, when they leave the present moment, so when they don't feel present, this is when they feel really disconnected from you. And this is something that really takes a toll on them, okay? It says here, whenever you leave the present moment, you're disconnecting from your inherent power to manifest your reality with true substance. Neither past nor future can give you what you need. Now is all that counts. Come back from these entities and be here now. All will be well and miracles will appear as if by magic in the perfect timing of Spirit. So some of them, what they're not telling you is that they're struggling to be here in the here and now. For some of them, they're thinking about the past of this connection. They're worried about the future, and because the card didn't want to come through in reverse. So some of them are really struggling to just stay present because they're wanting to get to the future, or they're really worried about what happened in the past. Okay. Because I feel like they're starting to become aware that the more present they become, the more they feel connected to you. So the more that they're just present with themselves, present in their life, present in like their daily tasks, when they just stay grounded, they can feel the energy of the connection. They can feel resonance with even themselves. So when they lose touch with that, there's a huge discord, right? Because when you get into alignment with who you really are, and then you lose that connection, it can be very painful. Right? And that's why, you know, it's said to be that twin flame separation is so painful, because it's like you have that, once you come into contact with your twins, you feel that deep connection, and then once you're disconnected, you feel that core pain come back up, right? So I just feel like it's a balancing act here. I feel like there's still, there's this energy of them coming into alignment with themselves, but then sort of falling out of alignment because they're still needing to deal with their stuff. That's why we have the purge card coming up. And this is what I mean, like, this is a process. Even just in general, like taking the twin flame term out of all of this for a minute, the healing process is done in cycles, okay? That's why you have those sort of ups and downs, highs and lows, until eventually you learn how to neutralize and balance out your own fear-based energy. And then what happens is you're not triggered anymore, right? So you can experience the same things, but you don't get triggered, and you don't have those highs and lows because you're not reacting so intensely to all of these things around you. And that's what essentially the twin flame is supposed to teach you, is how to balance your fear-based energy. So if you guys are curious about that, I do have a twin flame course that explains that, okay? But anyway, so that's what I have for you. So this is what your divine masculine is telling you. So I do hope that this reading was helpful. If you want to book a personal reading, my information is down below, all right? But I'm sending you absolute love and light, and I wish you all of the best on your journeys. Take care.